Hello, everybody, and welcome in Beringen, Switzerland. I'm going to talk today about PRONATEC's supply chain and especially about our new project. Well, actually another project. It's now a working plant in 3 shifts. So, in any case, welcome in Switzerland. So, what we did, so just at a glance, is that we started production now 1.5 years ago. We are the first exclusively organic cocoa plant in the world. We only welcomed organic certified beans since the start of the production, and planning to do it this way in the future as well. What's very special about this plant is that we have the possibility to really have a very clear separation of the batches in the during the operations, but still maintain a high level of efficiency of the plant. And if you are able to separate the batches, then you are also able to have a clear traceability throughout the whole plant, including for cocoa butter. We are able also to change the size of the batches that we run through the plant. So we can make, let's say, relative small batches, also big batches. We can also do tolling, so contract manufacturing, because we can really separate very well. And we have a huge combination of organic and fair trade labels. I will show you all the labels we are certified in this plant. And what's very, very important, I think, at PRONATEC, which has been actually the reason for this company, is that we can also source directly, and we do it since 45 years. So that's also something I want to show you. How it works right now and how it will work in the future. So here is the supply chain. So you see for PRONATEC, I mean the 5 on the left. So sourcing and bringing it to Europe has always, or since more than 20 years, has been part of the company. But and also then the resale to our customers. What is new is really that we are able to manufacture all the semi-finished products on our own, which is a huge step in terms of traceability of the product throughout the value chain. But let me start with what we are doing at the origin with our Abunda project. So it's, of course, in relation with the implementation of the deforestation law in the EU, and we are ready. We rolled it out for the main harvest this year in the Dominican Republic. So it's basically an app which enables us everything that we did on paper. We're now able to do digitally. And it's also a system that enables to manage all the staff and know where what was inspected where, and actually digitalize the whole part up to the collection point, because until now it was all made on paper, and now we are digitalizing it. Sorry, I'm more the plant guy, not the digitalization guy, but so that's how basically it looks like, this app. So every inspector has the app. We can also map all the fields and everything that is on the fields according to all the different certifications. What is important is there's some river going through the surface. Are there some special things that need to be considered? Where is the field exactly? And with this mapping actually of all the fields, we can then analyze it and check. So as you can see on this on this slide. On the left-hand side, you will see the field, how it looks like on a map. In the middle, it's how it looks in the app itself with the river going through. And on the right, you see actually the data coming out of the Global Forest Watch database, and then you can check it against each other, and then you know how the forest looked like, or the field looked like several years ago, and how it evolved. So this enables us for each of our batches to say, okay, this works actually according to the deforestation law, and check and whether if there is an issue, proactively work on that upstream the value chain. So that's how we implement it in the at the origin. Right now, it's being rolled out right now, and we are really looking forward to see how this yields and results. What is also important when you manage the whole value chain is where can you save actually energy, or also be more environmental friendly. And one of the main parts is, of course, also transportation when it comes to cocoa, especially with the volumes that we can process here in Switzerland. And what we did since last year, we actually transferred, until now, the bean would come to the port in Antwerp and in Amsterdam, and then be carried by truck up to Switzerland. And what we do, we have a nice river just flowing behind the plant. It's the Rhine. So now we're shipping actually all the beans via the Rhine up to Basel, and then from Basel to the with the truck to the plant. Yeah, we could not build our own port on the Rhine, so it comes with the truck from Basel, and so it enables us to save a lot of actually of CO2 along this value chain. What we also did, because oil is not the only thing, also with packaging. What is usually done is that you have these jute bags, and then for our plant, it works better if it comes in big bags. So what we did now is that we directly fill the beans at the origin into big bags. So we don't need to make a transfer from bags to big bags, so it goes directly into bags. And for people, or if there are people among you who are interested in tolling contracts and so on, we are also able, instead of going right with the truck, if you cannot supply from Basel, but maybe from Amsterdam or Antwerp, we are able to actually go on the train with the truck, and then with the train in Switzerland, and then from there with the truck to the plant, also in order to save the CO2. So that's the plants that we have along the value chain. So now the beans have come from a sustainable field. Now it has been transported in a sustainable way. So let's look how we process it in a sustainable way. So first thing first, our products. We actually process cocoa beans into 3 semi-finished products. The first one is the cocoa mass. We are specialized in single origin cocoa masses. We're also able to make bean blends, but it's also my personal preference to roast according to origin and use, and then make some mixes afterwards if necessary. Then, of course, a very pure cocoa butter. I have a lot of customers who complain that our butter is too neutral, so I'm working on that. And we have also very fine powders, alkalized powders and natural powders. And all this coming from nibs roasting technology. So we did decided to go on nibs roasting technology for different reasons. One is that we want to alkalize, and we alkalize on nibs, and also from the homogeneity of the product. It's a lot more homogeneous. This is where we have experience. Our main origins are Dominican Republic, Peru, and Madagascar, but we already gathered experience in the last 1.5 years with Ecuador, Panama, Costa Rica, even from Africa, Togo, the Dominican Republic of Congo, Sierra Leone. We also had Sierra Leone, Sao Tome. We also processed beans from Sao Tome directly to powder, make some very nice reddish powders, even in the natural powder, it's beautiful. And we are looking forward to process further origins. I think the next one that comes is India, cocoa from India, never processed before, looking forward to it. And then here it comes, the certifications. Yes, we are certified in all these different certifications. The last one coming is ROC, mainly from the US. And this we also did. We also Demeter certified. We also already produced Demeter cocoa. And we are able to get you any combination of the certifications that you see here. I really, I'm myself pretty surprised. It's really crazy, but it works. It's working very, very well. So yeah, you see, I don't know if you know a certificate which is not here. So please tell me. I didn't even know before I worked at PRONATEC that there were so many different certifications available. Well, this guy is David. He's the owner of PRONATEC, and this is also was also the question: what makes us unique? The preparation to this presentation, and one of the things is that we are exclusively organic. This is a really big thing, and extremely flexible. Yes, we are really extremely flexible. Sometimes even too much. And regarding logistics, regarding also availability of product, you will see afterwards. I have a fun story regarding that, but also regarding profiles. So we go a long way to roast according to what you want to have. And I think we have quite an expertise in house for that. We are that young company, but we are until now our customers have been very happy with what they received from us. And some customer feedbacks, because yes, we have customers. So the butter is an absolute highlight. We have a very good quality of butter, and this is not only due to the processing plant itself. We tried to remove all possible sources of oxidation within the process, but also due to the quality of the beans. So most of the beans that go into the production of butter come from the Dominican Republic and from Yacao, the PRONATEC company in Dominican Republic, where we ferment the beans ourselves, we dry them ourselves, we pack them ourselves. So all the beans I receive here are of a very high quality, which also enables to have very good butter quality. The customer recipes, we could welcome a lot of people in this meeting room to develop together recipes. Peru, Congo, Dom Rep, so a large, very broad actually choice of recipes, and also some people wanted more acidic, more fruity, more chocolatey. You tell us, and we try our best, and usually comes. I was talking previously, or David was talking about flexibility. Yes, we were able to supply a customer within 2 days with 23 tons of butter. It's not every day Christmas, but sometimes this happens. So if you need something, just call us, and maybe we would be able to deliver you in a very, very short time. But this less than 2 days will be very challenging. And what is also very funny, maybe not that funny or not that surprising for people from Switzerland, but yeah, regarding chocolate in Switzerland, people like it Swiss made, and we are the only operator of a cocoa press. You see the press with Nicola here on the picture, and this cocoa press. This unique cocoa press in Switzerland means that some Swiss customers who are not interested in organic would like to have butter from us because it's Swiss butter, or at least processed in Switzerland, but also due, of course, to the very high quality. Voila. So sustainable cocoa processing, is it really possible? Well, I think, I really believe it is, and I think here in Beringen we went a long way along this path. So for us, it means 100% organic, very high energy efficiency of the plant. We are constantly working on that also to reduce our footprint as much as possible. We even implemented separate temperature zone within the plant to make sure that we heat only where it must be heated. Otherwise, we use the cool weather of Switzerland to keep it cool here. We also implemented heat recovery systems where it would make sense. Even real-time monitoring of the energy consumption. We also designed the plant in a way where we can use as much as possible from the cool weather of Switzerland to cool down some parts of the process. And what we also do is try to decrease our footprint with our neighbors, because the cocoa processing can be smelly, and I like the smell. I used to live in Abidjan, and very near a cocoa processing factory, for the ones who know which one I mean. And but some people don't really like it, so we also have an emission reduction system for waste gases, and of course for wastewater. Thank you very much for your attention. I hope you got a good insight into what we are trying to do here. If you are interested to see the plant, then you're welcome. I mean, it's just, you can just walk on, knock on the door, but you can contact PRONATEC, and if you're interested, then we will welcome you here to have a look into this plant and talk about further collaboration. So thank you very much, and have a nice day. Bye-bye.
Thanks very much, Yannick, for that presentation here at Confectionery Live. It was a very interesting insight into cocoa processing. Why did you want to talk about this topic with us today?
Well, you're welcome, and thank you for the question. But I have quite some experience in the cocoa value chain, and I believe that what we do here at PRONATEC, I was very, very surprised. First time I heard about PRONATEC, I thought it doesn't work. A small or medium company doing this kind of things, it's impossible. Having such a good understanding of the value chain, and really at each step knowing the people, you know, and then with this project, because the first time I heard about this project, I thought, wow, that's really crazy. And that's really crazy. And then I asked the people, well, what is your business case? How does it work? And I knew about convention, not about how organic works. And I thought, okay, yes, it's a very interesting, because it's still on a scale where you if you say something, or you do something, you can show it. Okay, we did it with these people and so on. And if you're too big, then it's very difficult. And so that was what the motivation was. And I think this view that I had, I think it's good to share it, to also to talk to people and say, look what these people do. It's really crazy. It's very interesting, and it works. It works, and that's really great.
Absolutely. Thank you for taking the time to share your view with us. What are some of your responsibilities at PRONATEC?
So I'm the plant manager of this plant. And I have the luck that I used to work for the supplier of the plant. So I designed the plant, and now I have the chance to run it, which is it's super. But it's not only about the plant; it was also about building a team. There are 34 people working here, and we started with nothing. I mean, it's the first processing plant for PRONATEC. So it was a white page, and we just started like that. So my responsibility was to make it happen, basically, and then now to run it. And yeah, I'm also more on the technology side. So recipe development is also my area of business, next to running the teams that run the plant.
It must be really rewarding to work in the plant that you've designed. I can imagine.
Yes,
that's good.
Absolutely. But it's also sometimes, because when you design a big plant like that, it's sometimes you take some bets. But I'm quite happy with the bets I took.
Overall, good.
Absolutely.
That's great. And I was just curious to ask you, do you think overall interest in organic and traceable cocoa is increasing? Is this something you're seeing your customers ask more for?
I believe there are two trends, because right now, if we look at last year, the answer would be no interest. But I think on the medium to long term, the answer is yes. I mean, at some point we have to do it. We have to use more organically, more sustainably. And there are some fluctuations due to different things, but on the long run, I really believe in that. And if I look how the books look for this year, then I am very confident that the trend is going in the right direction.
So what would you say has changed? Why do you now think that this year it's going to become of more interest to customers and people in the sector?
I think it has to do with, I mean, the world went to several shocks, and then you have the shock effect, and then you have the aftershock effect, and then now there have been several shocks, and so it's very difficult to find a trend behind that. But in the end, a lot of companies have done commitments regarding to sustainable production, to say sustainability, and they are following on these commitments. And that's, I think, the reason why it will continue to go in the direction of more sustainable value chains. But also the law. Look at the deforestation law. I mean, the politics are also behind it, and so I really think that the trend is going in the direction of more organic, more sustainable.
That's great. And in your presentation, Yannick, you also spoke about you alluded to the different tastes and preferences for cocoa products. Have you observed any trends in the kind of products that your customers are asking for?
It's very interesting because I had to design the first recipes for that we run here. Of course, I didn't do anything. I discussed it with customers and so on. And now, after the first year and a half, there are two trends basically. So on the one hand, we don't process a lot. You saw it on the list, the typical West Africans origins. We don't process them, and they have a very specific aroma profile, which is not really possible to achieve with the origins that we use here. And it's more, let's say, tamed aroma profile. And so on the one hand, I get questions regarding that to get more tamed cocoa mass and so on. And on the other, we have people who come and say, okay, I want something very, very specific from this very specific origin. The example is India, which is coming up next month. And we are really able to do both. So, and I think it's also addressing different kind of people and also different kind of chocolates. So the people with a high percentage chocolates will want something more specific, a single origin, let's say, for instance, Ecuador or Panama or Madagascar is very well known as a single origin. And then there are the more run-of-the-mill chocolates, which want to go more in the direction of the very common origins that we know on the conventional production, so non-organic production, which want to go more in that direction. So I think it really depends on who's the final customer.
I think you sort of alluded to it when in your presentation, but you said that you needed to be quite flexible when it came to meeting the different demands of customers, and by the sounds of things, you absolutely do.
Absolutely, yeah.
Finally, I'd sort of be remiss not to mention the announcement that PRONATEC made last year about the factory, about the plant being pesticide free. Why was this such a landmark moment for the business?
Well, it was a bit the proof of the pudding in the end, because before we were sometimes faced with these issues, and we have the same beans, the same analysis method, really exactly the same. The only thing that changed is the plant. And after 1 year operation, we see it works. It really works. But it's not only because of the plant. I mean, it's the long work that PRONATEC has done in building the supply chain from each smallholder, with the cooperatives together, that enables us now or last year to make this claim. I mean, if this work hasn't been done in the last 25 years, then it would not have been possible to claim this now. And so it's really the whole, it's really complete supply chain view that makes that makes this possible. And obviously it is possible.
Yeah, well, let me just offer my congratulations on that, because I can imagine that would have felt like a great achievement for you.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you, Yannick, for taking the time to speak with me at Confectionery Live. It was an absolute pleasure to talk to you.
Thank you to you for your question, for your time, and it was also nice for me to